almost all was lost.
Britain has become a wasteland.
There was a little left.
Adults died in the war.
Or from sickness afterwards.
It was left for their children to take charge.
They made the people an offer, work for them without rights, and in return receive daily rations. Those who accepted work as glorified slaves, branded on the forearm with a circle to symbolise their loyalty. Those who refused were pushed out, and a large boundary wall was built to separate the two communities. This is Sunderland 5 years after the war went up.
The group that we've got are committed enough and talented enough and respectful of each other enough to just make this happen. And it will, I have no doubt that they will have a good time, and I think the audience will as well. I think they'll be fascinated, which is great. They were very giggly to start off with. I wouldn't say shy as such because, you know, they're effective, they're older teenagers. But there wasn't, like I suppose it was more like in trepidation, what was going to come next.
Stop laughing, I'll break your nose.
We're playing 5 acts, but with 5 independent sections that could stand on their own. And from that, we have taken in Sunderland Act 3 and produced that as a play in itself. And the plan is, eventually, that we will travel to London, to the West End, along with the other theatres from across the country and perform in a West End Gala, which will be the premiere of the whole play from start to finish.
I was very, very lucky because they basically came together and started to accept whatever was thrown at them, and then, which is what you need. You need people to just go like, yeah, whatever.
If you was one single image that says war, just show me that on the stage. And hold it still.
Looks like
Right, okay? But I want it to be all facing me. Or
The biggest challenge is making what you perceive to be inexperienced people feel experienced. And so, hopefully, this group of young people, although when they came together hadn't really experienced anything like this before, or necessarily worked together, or definitely not with me, they will have gelled together and created what will be a lovely piece of theatre.
Beth has come to help one of our friends, or an ex-partner, as it is in the play, because his girlfriend, current partner, is not very well. So she comes over the wall to try and get them to change their situation and make things a bit better, because things have got a bit bad on the other side of the wall and they need help.
The character play is called Christopher. He's from the other side of the wall, and he comes over the wall to try and get insulin for his girlfriend, and gets caught and kept prisoner there.
I don't understand. Why would they let me go? It doesn't make any sense.
It's something new to me that I've never done before, and I like to try new things out and experiment and see if I can achieve good things in life.
This is like a break for me, like, because obviously I'm in the house 24/7 with the little ones and, you know, just doing day-to-day things, and then when I come here she goes to our play group. It's a break for her. She's getting to see all of her friends. I get to see my friends. So where people get to go to work during the day or whatever, how many days they do, this is like my workplace because I get that break, you know. You know why she asked me?
Why?
Because she knew I would say yes. How could I say no?
Is this because of what happened?
Please, don't flatter yourself.
Like at first I think everybody's a bit nervous for how long we actually had and how long we've got until actual performance, but I think if we get the rehearsals in and everybody turns up, we should be all right. Like, I think it's a bit daunting for people who hasn't actually done it before, but I don't think it'll be that bad, obviously, but we'll have to see when it comes to it.
oh, sure, I get you. You need to talk, don't you, about plans? I get you.
Get seen and noticed sort of thing for obviously like young people in Sunderland, which haven't always got a good reputation or anything like that, but it gives us the opportunity to sort of say it to people and let people see like we're not all bad or anything like that. Like young people isn't always a negative thing. With the opportunity that we've been given, we didn't really want to mess it up out, you know.
And what?
and I'll stay in your place.
Wow. It's amazing. What a sacrifice.
Make sure you get into
Can
the
you give us a
middle.
minute here?
Huh?
Can you wait outside? Just for a minute.
Ah, okay. I know what you mean. You need to talk about plans. I get you. I'll be right outside.
The one thing I think that people don't appreciate when you're doing any kind of drama work is that it does feed into outside of that environment. It feeds into the rest of your life. And hopefully it's the kind of thing, having built something up and feel like they've achieved something, they can take that with them and apply it to other, like the more normal parts of life, let's say.
Jackie brought us out of our shell by doing the games, even though they seemed silly to some people. We didn't realise like what she was actually getting out of them games. They were just games to us, but they weren't to her. Because she was seeing where we all had problems and stuff and how nervous we were.
Once the detective is in the centre of the circle, the murderer will then proceed to start murdering through the medium of winking. Once for the murderer and twice for the detective.
When we started off with the workshops, it's lots of getting to know you, starting to feel comfortable with each other, and basically playing, which when it comes down to it, that's what theatre is. I think there was an element of like, oh, what's this got to do with anything? But it's been interesting as we've kind of moved further down the line and got the script and all the rest of it, and when I start talking about, or we start talking about like kind of, oh, when we did this, and they go, and like that kind of, oh, that's why we were playing that game. So it kind of, it's twofold. It makes people comfortable and happy to work together, but also can be applied to the work that they subsequently do on script or otherwise.
A lot for me, really, because I've had like confidence issues for a while now. At first, when the first group I came to, when I just sat there, I didn't speak to anyone, and like everyone had their own little groups. But now it's like we're all one group together. Just I can phone them and text them whenever I need them, and it's brilliant. So it's just about like convincing myself that I can actually do stuff, and I like giving us something to be confident about and just helping us out, really.
What we're doing is serving the writing to a certain extent. It's a kind of collaborative thing, so that the director, the writer, the actors, and whoever else may be involved, whether it comes down to sound or lighting on on whatever scale, all feel like that they've contributed something, even if it's just the tiniest amount.
You'll each get a window to go like this with some, like so that the branding.
And then hold your arm or
It's going to be heavy.
Do it to me like that, like so you're going to do that. So you go down.
Yeah, you would.
Right, so
Yeah.
what you
Yeah. Just if you don't get touched, just imagine you have been, right?
It gives everyone a sense of ownership, which leads to a sense of pride, which can only lead to success, really, because the last thing anyone wants to do is go on stage, expose yourself and feel like you've let yourself down or anyone else. So it's all that kind of idea of like, by the end of it, come off and go, whoa, God, I did that.
My lines, say at home I don't really do them that well, which I should do them a bit more often. But with us obviously rehearsing and things, and what Jackie says obviously about learning, you need to get up and do it with everybody else and who you're meant to be doing with. But obviously once you're doing the acting part with it, you tend to pick them up a lot better and remember them like a lot better as well. Should we have a code?
Say now, do it properly. Should we have a code? You know what the lines are.
Right.
Look at each other. Look.
It was a brilliant idea, especially getting the people who have getting involved, and it's just once in a lifetime chance for us to perform at the Empire. It's not something that we would normally get to do, so I think it's brilliant.
It was better because it was just flowing, and I was just like, oh, I know what to say. Oh, I know that.
What it also is if you know why you're saying something, the thought behind it,
You know what you want to say
the
next?
word will come out anyway, because it is well written.
It does, but then
So the words are the
thinking,
right
is that right or is it
words
wrong?
for the
And you just
moment.
That's
see
what
it
you haven't got to
anyway.
do. You haven't got to think
Aye,
is that
I
right or
know.
wrong, you just got to say it.
And
If
that's
it's
why
wrong.
as well, you need, as soon as you possibly can, to start putting this down, because then you'll know whether you know it or not. And it's only by trying to do it without it that you'll know whether you are in the right place to say the words that you need to say.
That works, that does work, because
Yeah.
I give my script to Amy.
That's
I
it.
was seeing my lines, she was going, you're wrong, Tom. And I was like thinking and thinking.
Yeah, just think
The more
about
hard
it.
you think, the
And what
more
you
you
have to
get right.
remember, you know what I
does
keep
work.
saying? You only say something in response to something else. It's either another person or a thought.
And you'll know if
So
you've said it wrong.
what you do is you think, what is it that I'm supposed to say? And then you say it. Just because it's written on a page doesn't mean that you just go, blah, 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 because that's of absolutely no bloody use to them out there.
Just to prove to people, everyone who's doubted us, that I can get back on my feet and I can be somebody and do something with my life.
It's not like I sat around pining for you. I got on with my life.
And I think this has helped us be a bit more strong-willed as well and put my foot down a bit more.
They're ready to start talking about an alternative to the current situation.
What, do you think the council will listen to that?
They will when they hear what we found.
Go on.
A spring producing fresh, unpolluted water.
Be ridiculous.
This spring,
After by the gallon, darling. Go on, say it again. Spring?
A spring.
No, this one. Yes! This pop.
That's right.
A spring producing fresh, unpolluted water by the gallon.
this spring,
Getting to know people, and obviously with my confidence issues, getting things better with that, and learning a new skill of like performing.
Blow your top, come on.
I don't understand why
That's
Sarah
not
said
blowing your top. I will make you angry if I have to,
I'm trying to learn my words and be angry at the same time. It's multitasking, man. Men can do this sort of thing.
Yes, they can. They do it all the time. You know how frustrated you're feeling now?
I am.
Use it.
Right.
Remember that feeling, because this is that same kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah? Just use that to say those lines.
Obviously with the West End, that's the biggest opportunity anyway of this whole thing, because with it being the capital of the UK for performing and things like that, obviously we don't know what's going to happen. Some people could go and like a couple of us could get asked to go to other places and start performing for like a career sort of thing, you know.
All the same, being a hero and that,
I'm not a hero.
not yet.
Well done. Can you feel the difference?
I think I'm doing lines once.
Yeah? Sorry. But that's the thing. That's the way that you can start to feel that things are happening, because you're reacting off each other. Learn as much as you can. Trust yourselves. What you have to do is trust yourselves. It's not just about learning the lines, it's learning what the person's saying before you, because what you're doing is you're reacting to them. Do you remember what I said right from the start? The only reason we say something is because someone says something to us, or we say something to ourselves in our own minds.
Well, I'm in it now.
I don't understand.
Doesn't really matter now, does it?
2 weeks, because we haven't got long now. Yeah, it's been brilliant. Just can't wait to get it over and done with now. Yeah, very nervous. Just trying to picture everybody being there so you get over it. Fingers crossed. My nerves will be alright on the night and I'll not fall off the stage. I hope there's more stuff like this after we've done this show. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more.
Everyone's panicking now. Let's see if we can find something else to worry about. There's nothing to worry about, everyone. Don't panic, don't panic. No, it'll be smashing. It'll be smashing. And the thing about it is they care, so it will be fine.
You can change the way you live and